that he had purchased to share with this backwoods bitch 9 miles from my house in Livingston. And they're...
I mean, I had to, and I've known, all right, we were married for almost 22 years. We were together for 25 years. I don't regret the day of meeting him. I don't regret putting up with him for all 25 years. And that has nothing to do with him having this baby or him having this side girl for almost 15 years of our marriage. I've known about her almost since the beginning.
Now that the judge has made a decision about the case Kevin Hunter filed against Wendy Williams, would this be the end of this fiasco, or is this just the beginning of another drama between this ex-couple? We've all witnessed how this relationship ended and how huge Sharina Hudson's role is in the falling out of this marriage. Even though Sharina is now Kevin's new partner, it would not change the fact that she once was his mistress and became one of the main reasons for Wendy's struggles. Kevin would likely be facing quite a lot now that the judge had released a statement regarding his request for Wendy to continue giving him alimony. From being married to filing cases against each other, we are gonna talk about that. Also, this new situation might be a threat to Kevin and Sharina's relationship. Many people are already talking about this possibility that if Kevin really goes broke, then Sharina would eventually leave him, knowing that he could no longer spoil her and give her the lavish lifestyle that both of them could not really afford if not for Wendy's money. They have been using Wendy's money for quite a long time already, and it's just time for karma to make its way to this pair. People have always been telling Kevin to just go find a job if he thinks highly of himself so much instead of relying his and his family's needs to Wendy Williams. Would he really do that though, or is he going to exhaust all his remaining financial resources first before he can actually consider getting a decent job? We may all know about Kevin filing a case against Wendy claiming that she breached their divorce settlement agreement for not giving him alimony pay anymore. He really is going to do everything just to get more money from Wendy. There have been speculations going around that Sharina must have pressured him in filing this case, just like how she pressured him before to divorce Wendy. He didn't do that obviously, because even before, Wendy was the one with all the money. And even though Kevin was a producer in the Wendy Williams show, he was still just riding on Wendy's back all this time. After everything that they made Wendy go through, they really want to use all the opportunities that they could get just to get more money from her. So when Kevin filed for this case, he also made it a point to make himself look broke and pitiful, as if people would believe him. Can someone tell this dude that nobody would fall from their bad acting? Many would even be happy to see them broke and finally get some karma. So he claimed that he would soon lose their house due to foreclosure because he would not be able to pay for it without Wendy's money. He added that he is behind on most of his bills and that he had to undergo a hip surgery. Even though he talked about the situation he was in because Wendy had stopped giving him alimony, the judge decided that Wendy's financial guardian would not have to continue giving him alimony because his claims were not emergent. This war is far from over though, because according to the court document, Kevin can take his case to mediation. But now that Wendy saw an opportunity to not give Kevin and Sharina even a single dime, I do think that Wendy and her legal team would use this to their advantage to completely shut down everything that Kevin would do next. But before we get deeper into the video, if you love Wendy Williams and want to hear and know more updates about her, then make sure you subscribe to our channel. Obviously, Kevin was trying to say that his life is greatly affected because Wendy had stopped giving him alimony. The situation for him was emergent, but the court sees it otherwise. He could always find a job. Remember all those times that he tried to take credit for Wendy's success? Whenever he finds an opportunity to talk about that, he would. It's as if he thinks that he built Wendy's career when in fact Wendy can do better without him. Also, is he forgetting that Wendy's already known even before he entered the picture? Can someone wake up this dude because he's clearly just dreaming? Additionally, Kevin filed for this case knowing that Wendy was also dealing with her bank about her own money. Even though Kevin has the chance to take this to mediation, what could he possibly negotiate about this? I bet that Wendy is ready to shut down all the requests he would possibly ask for. The judge also denied Kevin's request for Wendy to pay attorney fees. He must have been worrying about where he would get the money to pay his new high-value attorneys. Just last month, he hired new lawyers, maybe because he was hoping that the court would grant his request and that Wendy would be responsible for the payment of these lawyers. But the dude was played by his ex-wife. If this is Wendy's plan all along, then she's surely winning and she has all the advantage to finally be free from all this Kevin drama. Ever since Wendy got Kevin fired from the show, Kevin never tried to find a job again. It must be because the alimony Wendy is giving him was enough, or most probably too much for him, Sharina, and their family. That is why neither of them are trying to work hard for their own money. Both of them are obviously not willing to give up that alimony because then they would be required to find another source of income. They would now be required to provide for their wants and needs. How could Kevin shower Sharina all the things that she wants if Wendy is now required to resume alimony pay? This has all been a blow to Kevin for sure, but I guess he would take this as far as he can and he would not be willing to just walk away from the possibility of extorting more money from Wendy. But Wendy is obviously just toying with them because even though the Wendy Williams show got cancelled, Wendy is still far from being broke like them. Of course, they would have to enter in a binding arbitration, and we would certainly talk more about that once we have more details regarding that. One thing's for sure though, Wendy has more advantage in this situation. Besides, Kevin must not only be worrying about the money, but he's also likely thinking about Sharina leaving him once she realizes that he's a hopeless case. Both of them are always looking at the money anyway. That is something that they must have agreed on so much. Also, if you're wondering if Wendy is allowed to just stop giving Kevin alimony pay, then there is a limitation to their agreement about the severance pay. Stated in the document that they both signed, if for any reason Wendy's contract with Talk WW is not renewed and otherwise suspended, cancelled, or terminated, and Wendy does not have any other television show being aired and paying her an equivalent salary, Kevin understands that all severance payments shall be subject to either termination or modification. We all know that Wendy is still trying to get better, which made her unable to film for her show for quite a while, leading to the cancellation of the show itself. Obviously, this was not good news for the fans and supporters of Wendy in the show, but this situation was still able to be in Wendy's favor. It is impossible that Kevin does not remember this clause in their settlement agreement. He's just probably playing dumb to extort more money. You see, Kevin would really do everything just so he would not have to work. It's as if he expects to always have a cut in Wendy's money for the rest of his life. To say that this man is delusional would be an understatement. We all saw Wendy's condition when she was sick, and ever since the divorce, more and more problems came her way. She had a lot to deal with. Now that things are on her side, I don't think that she would let go of any opportunity that she could get to completely take down Kevin. If Kevin was being smart, he should just stop trying so hard to get the money that he did not even work for. Because if he kept on taunting Wendy and dragging this case even more, I think that he would be the one who would suffer in the end. If now he's just pretending to be broke to gain sympathy from anyone, then he would eventually be broke for real if he keeps on pulling off this act. He even refers to himself as the king behind the purple chair of power. The purple chair being the popular chair in the Wendy Williams show. If he thinks that he's so great to be able to take credit for Wendy's success, then he should still be great to find a decent job and have some honor to provide for his new family using his own money. Kevin is getting more and more frustrating every time. Also, whenever he was having an interview or whenever he has a chance to give out some statements, he would always include Wendy each time he saw an opportunity. I mean, people would not even talk and know about him if not for Wendy. He was just here because of her anyway, so he's just trying to stay relevant by always involving her in the things that she does not even have an interest to participate in. Speculations are even going around about Kevin being the reason for Wells Fargo to freeze Wendy's account. He really thinks he did something there, huh? But if this is true, then what he did is just coming back at him.
Please let me have access to my money. This is not right. And again, this is not fair. Barry Schiller and Wells Fargo have this guardianship petition about keeping me away from my money. This is not right. And you know this is not fair.
He just has to run away now if he wants to keep the remaining money that he has, because Wendy is never going to back down and is ready to win this feud that has been going on for quite a long time. A lot of people do not want him before for Wendy, and they have been saying that he's just using her for money, which turned out to be true. Because of that, more people are mad at him right now, but instead of learning from what he did in the past, he wants to keep on making mistakes and make himself look like a fool for still thinking that Wendy would really give them what they want. Now, we just have to wait for Wendy's comeback and see what she got to say about this fiasco that Kevin and Sharina had started. People are looking forward to her return, especially when news broke out about her being better. she would surely drag this pair, so they better watch out and plan their next moves carefully. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out these videos.